Welcome to Taiwan Tech Dispatch. This is a podcast where we explore Taiwan's technology ecosystem, its startups, its economic shifts, and how all of that connects to global innovation and geopolitics. I'm your host, White Shu. Chapter 1: A Global Signal. Why this suddenly matters. Recently, something unusual happened. Elon Musk shared a post about Taiwan's demographic trend and added a short comment. Population collapse continues to accelerate. Now, this wasn't just another social media moment. When a global tech leader like Elon Musk publicly comments on Taiwan's birth rate, it signals something much bigger. This is no longer just a domestic social issue. It's becoming a structural challenge with global implications. Let's take a closer look at the data. In recent months, Taiwan's birth rates have hit staggering new lows, with some months barely clinging to the 10,000 mark. The gap between births and deaths is widening at an alarming pace. And for the full year, total births are likely to fall below 110,000. This means Taiwan is now in a state of natural population decline, where deaths consistently exceed births. Taiwan's population has also been shrinking for nearly 2 years, and close to 20% of the population is already over 65. This is not cyclical. This is structural. Chapter 2: The Real Impact. Why Tech is Directly Affected. Now, here's why this matters for tech. Taiwan's technology industry is not capital-driven. It is talent-driven. Its global leadership in semiconductors, AI, and advanced manufacturing was built on a deep pool of engineers, strong technical leadership, and long-term knowledge accumulation. But a declining birth rate directly impacts all of that. A smaller, younger generation today means fewer engineers tomorrow, fewer system architects in the future, and ultimately a weaker talent pipeline. And this is already happening. Companies are seeing longer hiring cycles, more competition for experienced engineers, and increasing difficulty scaling teams. This is not a future risk. It is an emerging constraint. Chapter 3: The Chain Reaction Across the Ecosystem. A declining birth rate doesn't just reduce headcount. It creates a chain reaction across the entire tech ecosystem. First, talent costs rise. When supply shrinks, wages increase, often faster than productivity. Second, mid-level and senior talent becomes scarce because fewer young engineers today means fewer leaders tomorrow. Third, startups struggle to scale, not because they lack ideas, but because they cannot build strong teams fast enough. Now, we're already seeing early signs of this in the real world. In Taiwan's semiconductor and AI sectors, companies are increasingly competing for the same pool of experienced engineers. Senior roles like system architects, tech leads, and cross-domain engineers are becoming especially difficult to fill. At the same time, startups often face an even bigger challenge. They are not just competing with each other. They are competing with large companies that can offer higher salaries, better stability, and global exposure. This creates a widening gap. Large companies can still attract talent, but smaller teams struggle to build the technical depth they need. And beyond Taiwan, this competition is no longer local. Engineers today are increasingly mobile. Opportunities in places like Singapore, the United States, or Japan are actively pulling talent across borders. So this is not just a shrinking pool. It is a globally contested pool. And finally, global competitiveness weakens because talent is now global and countries are competing for it. Chapter 4: The Response from Domestic Talent to Global Strategy. So, how is Taiwan responding? One key strategy is attracting global talent. Programs like the Taiwan Employment Go Card make it easier for foreign professionals to work and live in Taiwan. There are also long-term residence pathways that provide stability for those planning a career here. By international standards, these policies are competitive. But there is one key issue. They are not visible enough. Compared to places like Singapore, Taiwan is still relatively passive in promoting itself globally. And this leads to a bigger shift. Taiwan needs to treat talent attraction as infrastructure, not just a policy. This means actively promoting Taiwan globally, reducing friction in immigration, and making it easier for international professionals to relocate. So the real question is no longer, how do we train more engineers? It is, how do we compete globally for talent? Because the domestic pipeline is shrinking, and it cannot recover quickly. Outro. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, where I share more insights on Taiwan's technology ecosystem. And don't forget to subscribe to Taiwan Tech Dispatch on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts to stay updated on future episodes. Thanks for listening. This is White Shoe, and I will see you in the next episode.